Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 22 with new team Hull. So no longer with Kings Lynn. This is our first video, like full video after we took the job. We've gone on a little bit through the season through to January, and honestly, I'm surprised where they were in the league before we took over. I mean, so I came in, we played the Huddersfield game on video, and it was a 1-0 win. And since then, we went on a 6-game winning streak. We put ourselves well up the table. We did lose against Fulham, who are a team quite high on the league. And then we drew against Coventry and Cardiff. Had a little bit of a wobble here, mainly because of fitness and me trying to figure out who plays where. And then got straight back on it with Norwich with a 1-0 win, who Norwich used to be a Premier League club. I think they probably haven't been, I don't know how you can tell, but they probably haven't been out of the Premier League for too long, I would imagine. So yeah, overall, we had probably one of the most interesting games ever. I kind of wish we could have played this one on camera. A 4-5 result where we came away with the win right on the 81st minute. We went 4-1 ahead, then they drew it back to 4-4, and then we got a last-minute goal and managed to seal ourselves the victory. So yeah, overall, we're doing pretty well. You might have seen already, but in the table, we are well off relegation. So today, with this season, the aim is, in the club vision, to avoid relegation. And we are now 10th. About midway through the league, through the season. So something seriously wrong would have to happen for us to drop back into relegation contention. We definitely have the players to make a difference. And I think the style of play that I use, the 4-4-2 wing play, just fits the team really well. We've got Lewis Potter, who is definitely our best player. We've got problems up front because we only have two proper strikers. We do have Colwill as well, but he plays mainly midfield. He's pretty good as well, actually, Colwill. But Kraev is a 31 Bulgarian international. He last season got 5, season before got 8, so he's still scoring goals, and he's just beat his best from last season, and he's starting to find his form for us. Afolabi isn't really much of a goal-scoring threat. I mean, he's got 7 goals so far this season, but I can't depend on him to get goals. So we're now in the transfer window is open. There's a few players which are probably going. Malik Wilkes, who also is a fairly good striker, has said he wants to move on. So I think it was a problem that was around before I joined. He basically wants to play in the Premier League from the looks of it, because he said he wants a bigger challenge, and we're in the Championship, so I'm guessing bigger challenge equals Premier League. So we've got him up for sale. He is wanted by a few teams on loan, but he wants to go on permanent, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. Our keepers have both had, our backup keepers that is, have both had bids which they will kick off if they don't get accepted, so I've had to accept them. They're both not worth a lot of money, so it's fine. We'll just have to find ourselves another backup keeper. And other than that, we've got Lee Buchanan and Matty Pollock, who both have said they want to go out on loan to get some more game time. I have been giving them more game time. I've played them fairly regularly, to be fair, and they've both played pretty well. Matty Pollock in particular, 7.11 average rating. He's playing pretty well, so I don't mind playing him, but he just seems to be kicking off and saying he wants to go out on loan, so I will do that. But with our transfer budget, we've got 5,031 grand in the wage budget to play with. Unfortunately, we do have to pay a lot of wages when it gets to this level, so it is going to be one of them things where that 31 grand won't stretch very far. But I need to also think about bringing in youth that we can then develop over the next couple of seasons, because that's how we did well with Kings Lynn. And talking of Kings Lynn, I thought we'd just have a quick check-in and see how they are doing now. So in terms of players, I don't think it's just the start of the transfer window, so I don't think they would have changed any of their players just yet. From the looks of it, I can't see anyone new. The only new person there was is Mark Nesbitt, who I actually signed. So I signed him on loan as a backup central midfielder. He looks fairly decent for Kings Lynn, to be honest. He hasn't had a game yet, but I think he'll be a really good addition. So hopefully they'll give him a chance and play him. I've noticed Kalina, who was our go-to guy, is now unhappy. We've got Alfie Roberts and Ewan Bishop on the list. Diallo, who I brought in as a backup and actually I thought was doing fairly well for Kings Lynn as a backup, has gone out on loan and is for sale, so obviously they didn't like him. And a surprise one for me is Shola, who has been fantastic this season. 10 goals, 3 assists, 7.10, is on the transfer list, as the club do not believe he has a long-term future with them. I'm just a bit sad to see this happen. I mean, Olagunju is obviously wanted, and there's a lot of players who are quite up there who are wanted, so I have a feeling it might be the start of the end for them. So let's have a look at how they've done since I've gone. And I left around about the Blackpool game, Carlisle game. Shrewsbury was the next game, I think, and they lost it. So they were already on a poor run of form, so you can't really blame them after losing their manager as well. A draw, a loss, then they were out of the Papa John's. Then a draw in FA Cup, then a win. And then they were out of the FA Cup as well, so they have bottled out of both the cup competitions they're in since I've left. Disappointing. Northampton they should have beat, really. They played them 3 times in a row. What an absolute disaster. Do you know what? If I was still managing them, I would have thrown the league game and I would have put all my effort into that game, which it looks like that's what Northampton did. Clever. More money in the FA Cup when you're at this level. And then they've actually put together a good run of form as of late, and they look like they're playing all right. I can see that they're playing Catton and Willock, so I wonder what the formation is that they're using. Let's just look at this. Okay, very different. So Catton, an attacker mid. Catton and Willock as the 2 centres. Attacking mid, 2 centrals, and then wing backs, and then 3 defenders. I mean, it's going to take them a little while to get used to that tactics, but I mean, if it works for them, it looks like they're... Let's have a look in the league. 9th place. They were supposed to be relegation contenders at the beginning. I like to think that I've put a really good foundation down, so they're definitely not going to get relegated this season. I mean, they'd have to lose 20 points, or just a 20-point lead at this point. I feel like they're definitely safe. So, I don't know. Well, good to see that they're not completely crumbling. One thing I did mean to check is who they hired. Mason Flatt. Not sure who this guy is. He used to manage Accrington, who are in League 2 as well. So he literally just made a jump to a different team in the same league. Interesting. Well, I'll keep an eye on them when we get to the end of the season. We'll see how well Kings Lynn did, what they look like at the end of the season, like players going in and out and stuff like that, because I'm sure they'll be doing some business over the January break as well. So what we've got next to do is our game against Nottingham Forest. This is an away game against Nottingham Forest. I have a feeling it's going to be a tough one because we had a game. When was our last game? 1 minute, let's look at the schedule. Norwich game was 2 days ago. No, yeah, 2 days ago. So we are really tired and we don't really have enough energy in the team at the moment. Oh man, we really need to bring in some backup players, don't we? Look at this. Look at the state of this. Potter definitely can't play because he's barely fit. He's just come back from injury. I don't really know what we do because this is going to be a pain. Maybe Wilkes goes on, but then you know what we might have to do for this game, just because it's an absolute disaster of how people are doing. We might have to bring on some of the youth. Let's go for this 21-year-old Mark Ferguson. Just for this game, we're going to give a load of people a chance, I suppose. Norval, 18-year-old right back. Yeah, let's give him an opportunity, and then we'll send them all back to the under 23s. Is this once we've played this game? Central and right midfielder could come in handy. He's already worth 1 mil actually. He looks like he might be a player to try build on. See, saying that I need to bring in more youth players, from the looks of it, we actually have some youth players which would be worth keeping an eye on. So it's definitely something that we could look to. Well, we're definitely implementing it now, aren't we? So we're going to bring forward. Okay, any silver stars? I feel I've tried that before. It's a bit of a mistake. So we're going to only bring forward 17-year-old Greek left midfielder. Yeah, go on. We'll give Kalapitas a go. And a central mid. I know he's silver. I want gold star players. Otherwise, they're clearly not up to scratch. So that's all we can bring forward at the moment. So let's have a look who we can replace with these guys. So central defence for Norval, maybe. Then we've got a right midfielder. Actually, our midfield is fine. So it's not as terrible as I first thought. But potentially on the bench, just because I don't want to get all of our lads absolutely shattered and then have to deal with the problems of injuries later on in the season. So, do we not have another striker option? Oh, for goodness sake, this is going to be so annoying. We are really low on strikers. That's the problem. He's definitely not up to scratch just yet. I mean, we could check our under 18s. Something tells me we're not exactly. If they're not good enough in our under 23s, yeah, we're not going to have enough in our under 18s. So, I'm going to have to bring through this guy, I think. And in this January transfer market, we're going to have to look at bringing in some backup strikers for sure, because we do not have enough. And backup goalkeeper, because we're losing them. Afilobi will come off for. You know what the problem is? Shane Healy went out on loan. That's the issue. We took Shane Healy off on loan because someone put in an offer, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity for him. I mean, he's already got a goal on his debut, so he's done pretty well. But he was our backup that we really needed. That's frustrating. We've also got a central defender, Finn and Colwell. Is there anyone who's not quite as tired who can probably come on? Let's have a look. I could use another striker who's not as tired. Matty Pollock isn't that tired, so you can replace Finn. We don't really have much in the way of defenders that we can bring on because everyone's shattered. What an absolute travesty of a depth in the team. Afilobi is definitely better, and Vaughan has to come off because he's injured. Bobby Carroll can come on. Okay, so overall, an absolute disaster that we're trying to build here, but we're just going to have to go for it and hope that these guys can step up when needed. Let's have a look. I think he was an inverted winger, wasn't he? So Doherty and Ramsey are fine. I think he plays best as an inverted winger as well. Let's have a look. Central defender. What's Norval's best central defender role? Just defend. What's he on at the moment? Yep, defend. So Staunton is going. He got an offer and he really wanted to go to the Irish leagues. It seems like a lot of the Irish players want to, especially when they hit like the late 20s, want to go off to Irish league. So he's joining Shamrock Rovers, and there's not a lot I could have done to stop him, unfortunately. And then we've got Egan Riley, there. One player who has stood out as an absolute beast is our 33-year-old Dylan Phillips. He has got so many clean sheets since we started manager here. It's a bit insane. But yeah, so that's the team we're going for. A very makeshift team. I don't think we're going to do great, but we'll just have to see. We've got Phillips in goal. Ruffin. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Ruffin or Rohan. I think it's Ruffin. Ruffin, Stoughton, Norville, and Egan Riley. Then Kalapitas, Doherty, Ramsey, and Fevrier in the midfield, and then Richardson and Schniddy, I think it is. I'm not sure. What's his first name? Arsim. It's not much better, is it? Arsim, we'll call him, up front. So this team is we're going to get absolutely smashed by Nottingham Forest, unfortunately. Why did I show this one? I could have showed the Norwich game and been much better. So let's jump into this game and see what's going on. Alrighty then. So let's go in, and even the the assistant manager doesn't know what to say. Flippin' heck, what do we say? A lot of credit, put on a worthy display. I think that's probably the best thing to say. I hate it when the assistant manager doesn't say anything, because it's like, what am I paying you for? Give me a suggestion. Here we go. Nottingham Forest versus Hull. And it starts off with a corner to us. A big one in from Ramsey, but nothing from it. And no one's chasing that ball, apparently. Let's just let them attack us, shall we? And they're on the attack now. Brilliant counter-attack. And Reyes, with the header, well saved by Keeps and then cleared by our defender. And I think it's going to be one of them games for us, isn't it? And another chance straight away, 10 minutes in. Zeffy for them has it. Thompson plays it into Muriel Pereira. Thompson, long ball forward, rough and well played, but only as far. This is where... Oh, what? How was that a penalty? That was a great challenge. He wasn't even near him. Oh, that was shocking refereeing there. And now we're 1-0 down, where we didn't deserve that penalty against us, and it's just going to be us struggling against it again. So let's give everyone an encourage. Skip this, because I don't want to see him scoring again. See if we can turn this around. Maybe we go attacking. Okay, Phillips with the goal kick. Plays it out to Staunton. Staunton with a little run. Still going. Where are you going? Doherty to Ramsey. Up to Kalapitas. Kalapitas back to Rohan. I put a little accent on there. He's Welsh. I don't think it's that accent. Oh, my goodness. Please don't be offside. What a debut goal. So, Hull are back in it with the youngsters showing us how it's done. Doherty has the ball, plays it over to Ramsey. Ramsey can see on the wing and a little header down, and then Arsim gets himself a goal on his debut. And we might actually have a chance here. Okay, Kalapitas does kind of ruin it there with a poor pass, and now Nottingham Forest are on the attack. Ooh, what a ball, and what a save. What a ball over to Reyes, and then Phillips with a great one-handed save. He's been fantastic this season already for us. I've only played like 10 games for Hull, I think it is, or something like that, and he's been the standout for me. Great move from the throw-in. Kalapitas back to Doherty, to Staunton, to Ramsey, out to Egan Riley. Okay, beautiful little passing, boys. Let's not waste it. Ramsey, back to Egan Riley. Back to Ramsey. In the middle to Doherty. To Ramsey again. I like this. Can we do something? Ooh, curled shot by Fevrier, but not quite what we were looking for. Okay, throw into Nottingham Forest. And poor pass by them, and it's up to Richardson. And Richardson with a poor pass. He's not looking as impressive, but really well won back by Doherty. Ruffin now to Kalapitas, to Staunton, to Doherty, back to Staunton, to Ruffin, up to Richardson, who is our weak link at the moment. Reyes now has the ball, and great save by Phillips. I'm not sure he knew much about it, but we'll take it. So, players who are currently doing a little bit poorly for us are Egan Riley, well headed clear by Favier. Egan Riley and Richardson. Richardson definitely has to come off. I think I might even take him off now, just before half-time. Ooh, nearly a goal there by Nottingham Forest Reyes, but we just about get by. Phillips plays it out to Norval. Straight away another highlight. So maybe we'll wait until half-time. Up to Arshim, and a poor pass to Richardson. I can't really blame Richardson on that one. It was a poor pass. They're just passing it around now in their defence, trying to find a gap. And they found one. Doyle Hayes. Come on, boys. Hold your structure. Watch your men. Oh, beautiful free ball to Reyes. It was just a matter of time before they scored. Reyes has been nothing but trouble up front for us, and we have not been able to handle him really. Let's just have a look at this pass here. I feel like it was a little bit offside. Oh, he brought himself back onto an onside position. Well played by Reyes. You can't really complain about that, can you? It was well worked goal, and we're 2-1 down. Disappointed we're not being creative enough, and then we're just going to say I have faith in you all. Everyone seems just a bit down. I think Richardson's got to come off for Afolabi even, sorry. And oh man, the changes I can make are kind of minimal. Who can I play right back? I can put him right back, and then I can bring on one of these guys for right mid. Who's the best that we have? It'll be Couchman as a right mid, which Kane Couchman, great name by the way, as a winger support. Another youngster gets his debut today, so we're going to do that. Central defenders both are looking kind of poor, but I don't really have... I do have Pollock actually. And Norval... I mean, all of our subs are going to be used for this, which means we're going to have to hope that the lads can hang on for the second half, and there's not going to be too many tired legs out there. But I think we probably have a chance to bring ourselves back in it if we can string together a good performance in this second half. Oh, you're joking, and we have an injury and no one to no subs left, so we'll just put Afolabi in the middle. Wait, why is it not letting me do that? For goodness sake. How do you undo? Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, I'll move him down, and then we put him in the middle. There you go. And we just take him off. And now we definitely don't have a chance to get ourselves back into this game. We're a man down. We've got a mainly reserves team out there. I think this is just going to be one of those games that we have to admit we weren't ready, and I didn't have the opportunity. He was definitely offside there, right? Yeah. I don't have the opportunity yet. This is where I do my wheeling and dealing and bring in some new people. So we've got a corner though. Ramsey puts it in, headed away. No one even challenging for it. We need to work on our corners and set pieces. Look at them attacking in absolute hordes. And a poor missed header. Who was that? Who missed that? Staunton. Thank goodness he's off. He's going to the Irish leagues, where at least they won't care about that, will they? Because it's not quite as high a level. But that's very disappointing. And again, a disappointing pass. We've just crumbled this second half. Nothing impressive has happened from our team. And now I'm starting to see why maybe they were in the relegation zone. If they hit a patch of form like this, or a couple of their players were injured, there's nothing. They've got no one to cover. They've got no one to kind of inspire the team. Absolutely shocking. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with that. Absolutely disgraceful play. The best player on the pitch was like a 20-year-old striker who's never played in the Championship before. That's not really good enough, is it? And he's injured. Got himself injured for 4 weeks with a fractured toe. So, okay. Unfortunate that we are going to come back for the next game in a second, which is the FA Cup third round. That we have just under not even a week to prepare for that, which means we should have players back to full fitness, and we'll actually have a team that we can field that we know can actually do something. Well, we're going to League One. I'm hoping we can win this one. Otherwise, I don't think we live up to. We need to reach the 4th round, so we need to get past this round. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So we're going to go away for a second, and when we're back, we'll be here for the Wigan game. Okay, so just a quick update on the transfer market. I feel like Tranmere are having an absolute laugh. They want to loan Wilkes for nothing for the rest of the season when he's on the transfer list for about 7.2 million. No. Why would we do that? 1 minute, before I say no. He wants to speak to Tranmere. 1 minute. That's League 2. I'm so confused by what this guy actually wants. I don't understand. I'm going to say no, because that's like literally a financial mess for us, because we don't get anything for it. So I'm going to say no, and then he'll probably come back to me next day or something and say, how dare you say no? But very strange at the moment. He's requested to go on a transfer list. He's only wanted on loan, so I don't really understand what's going on there. A very odd setup with Wilkes, but we'll just have to wait and see. Right, on to the next match for Wigan. Okay, so a little bit of business that I've done. I did a little bit of scouting with my director of football. Asked him to find me a good central midfielder. And he's come back with this guy. We've got some good central midfielders already, but the reason I brought this guy in, he's 25. He's got quite good potential, and Greg Doherty is 32. Definitely not got as long with him as the other players, so I thought if we bring in a replacement now, we can switch him around, and when Doherty does eventually go, we've got a good replacement for him in place. So Xavier Simmons is the guy. We got him for 2.5 million, I think it was, so not a bad price. It does take a chunk out of our transfer budget and wage budget, which is not ideal. But we are probably going to be selling some players at some point, because there's a lot of players who want to go. But yeah, so new player, which he can't play in the Cup, so we won't see him play this round of the FA Cup or any of the FA Cup this season, but he can play in the league, so he'll definitely be featuring quite heavily in that team. Okay, so on to the next game. Okay, so we're at the Wigan game, and luckily a lot of our team is back, fighting fit and ready to go. So we've got Phillips in goal, Stevens, Feeney, Terrace and Buchanan in defence, Vaughan, Ramsey, Doherty and Lewis Porter in midfield, and then Afalobi and Krayev in attack positions. So that's kind of my go-to squad at the moment. I do switch around Ramsey and Colwill. Sometimes I'll bring Colwill up front if Krayev is injured or lacking fitness, because he is a bit older. He's not able to play as many close games. We've got a few players who are coming back from injury, so Carroll, Pollock would be on the bench, but he's played recently. I think this guy actually probably needs to go on the bench. I'll place it. There you go. Perfect. Wilkes will be on the bench as our attacking sort of options. And Richardson as well makes the bench, because I don't really have anything else. I think I'll probably have to make some loans in this January transfer window. That's probably my best bet for getting a few players in just in the short term, and then do a proper transfer window when we get to the end of the season and bring in players and take out players that I need to. But if I get 3 or 4 loans in, probably one covering goal, backup goalkeeper, one covering somewhere in defence, probably right or left back, or a centre back sort of option, or one who can play in multiple. Got enough for central mid, probably a right midfield or a left midfield would be good, and definitely 1 or 2 strikers. That's what we're looking for. So basically just cover for all of these positions, and then in the summer we'll be looking at replacing Afalobi. I don't think he's up to scratch. I think if we potentially sold him and then got in a new striker who was a bit more prolific, actually got some goals, then I think that might be. But I'm judging too soon. We'll see how good he is at the end of the season. He might start to get his scoring boots on. And I am playing as a pressing forward defence, so it doesn't help. Kraev is definitely more the goal getter in the attacking forward position. So yeah, that's the team we're going for up against Wigan. It's kind of a must win for us now because we need to get through to the next round of the FA Cup. So here we go. Alright, so let's say there you go, the assistant manager actually helped us out there. And I'm going to say I have faith. I always use the faith. I like people to know that I have faith in them to put in a good performance each game. I probably overuse it though, I would say. Doherty with the free kick, and I think it was Terrace, our central defender, who got a shot off, but it was saved and cleared, but straight from the throw-in. Ramsey plays it back to Feeney even, up to Vaughan. Vaughan, plenty of space, puts it into the box, but no one there. And now Wigan are on the counter-attack. And do we have the legs to get back and defend? Come on, boys. Oof, that was not good defending, I would say. So a little bit worrying. Okay, so a chance with Ramsey getting tackled as he's trying to burst through, and Wigan now have the ball. They're playing it around in defence, and they're looking a lot more comfortable on the ball than we are at the moment, which is slightly concerning. We are a league above. Come on, boys, let's show that difference. Headed down, and Meechan, who was the player that was highlighted before the game that could be a problem, 18-year-old. He looks like an absolute madman in front of goal, so he's got some pretty good stats on him. That's not how we wanted it to go, but we'll just have to keep playing this. It's a 90-minute game. We can always bring ourselves back in, and hopefully this is the beginning. Throw into us. Vaughan now has it, plays it back to Stevens to Ramsey to Feeney to Terrace, through to Doherty through to Lewis Potter, through to Kraev. Lewis Potter, great finish, and we're back in the game. Superb finish from outside the box from Lewis Potter. Like I said, our best player by far. It's the chance kind of started with him. He played it through. Poor touch by Kraev, but Lewis Potter just saw his opportunity, curled it in to the top right-hand corner, and like I said, we are back in the game now. Okay, a corner with Lewis Potter to take. Puts it in. No one gets there. Ramsey back to Lewis. In, but no, nothing. Terrace gets back. Well done, Buchanan. Now, can we go again? Back to Terrace, to Ramsey, to Doherty, to Afalobi, to Kraev. Well passed, but poor pass there. Who was that? Was that Kraev? Absolutely shocking pass to kill our attack, but well played by Doherty to get in the way. Terrace now has it. Back to Phillips. Phillips with a long ball forward. Afalobi, can you get it? Oh, beautiful turn. He now has the... Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Why would you just absolutely sky that? Why wouldn't you think to look for the square ball, or at least have a shot that hits the target? Afalobi is not impressed, but great ball over the top while I was moaning there. And Ramsey has impressed. Again, I think him and Lewis Potter are kind of... fighting it out for best player of the club, because he's definitely, I think he's nearing our top scorer at the moment. From central midfielder, that's pretty decent, and that's a great finish from him. Like, that's what you're looking for from our strikers. Unfortunately, they're not doing it. Luckily, our midfielders are. And at half time, what started off as a bit of a shaky match is now turning into a lot more confidence. 2-1. By far not over. We still have to get through the second half and see this result through, but it's looking good. I think I'm just going to leave it at I'm happy with the number of shots, keep it up, and see how the team do. I don't think we need to make any changes just yet. We'll probably wait for the 60-minute mark if we do. Okay, so their keeper lumps it forward. Headed down, and now Wigan have it. I hate it when our defenders don't win that ball from the long ball forward, because it puts us in a really bad position, but luckily no one gets there. Vaughan has it now. Stevens back to Vaughan to Stevens. They're just playing it among themselves now. Up to Afalobi, back to Vaughan, back to Feeney, up to Afalobi, And we're feeling a little, from what was a shaky moment there and could have been really bad, we're playing it quite nicely. Good passing, Afalobi, through to Ramsey again, and what a finish from Aaron Ramsey has shown us something special here today. Look at this. It was actually Vaughan, I think, who did the through ball. Beautiful through ball to Ramsey. Ramsey, well-timed run, and that little chip. That little chip. Oh, do you want some salsa with that? Because it was spicy. I don't know. Does that make sense? Probably. Beautiful. We are playing really well now. Got a 2-goal cushion. 70 minutes. I'm definitely going to have to make some changes for tired legs. Ramsey, he's 1 goal away from a hat-trick. I kind of don't want to take that away from him. So I'm going to bring on Colwill, and he usually plays as an attacking playmaker. So instead we're going to play him as a deep lying playmaker support. There you go. Just so we don't have too much attacking options going on. Richardson is going to get another chance. I think he plays as a pressing forward defend, yeah, or deep lying forward. Let's make him deep lying support. See how he plays with this second chance. Finn Stevens is looking like he's not playing great, but then Feeney is looking tired. So's Ramsey. Feeney for Ruffin. I think he's a cover though, isn't he? Central. Yeah, he's cover. I will leave him as a central defend. And I think that's probably going to see us through to the end of the game. Needing to just shore up some positions with some fresher legs. We now have the ball from a goal kick. Terrace up. Richardson again, from what last game he played, didn't really challenge for that long ball forward. Allen, what a clearance by Terrace. Flippin' ick. What a clearance off the line. That was superb. I didn't even know how to speak because of that one. That definitely saved us a lot of stress for this end of the game, because we were a 2-goal lead going into the 90th minute. You feel like you probably have this under wraps, but it is a goal kick to Wigan. Long ball forward, Ramsey heads it down. Richardson actually has a touch of the ball, so well done, lad. Buchanan now has the ball on the left. Plays it up to Lewis Potter. Kraev, Ramsey, through to Richardson. Make yourself the hero. Oh, off the bar. So close to getting himself a goal. That would have been a brilliant moment for the youngster, but not to be. Goal kick right near the end. Just an absolute smash forward from our defender. Lumley has it, plays it out to the centre-back. And I think we're just sitting back now. This is dangerous. I don't want to concede another one, boys. Come on. Terrace, well played. Terrace has played fantastic today. Off the line, clearance, and that just solid central defender sort of mentality. Kraev, not so much. Again, my strikers have let me down. We've played really... I can't complain. We've won 3-1. Ramsey, Vaughan and Lewis Potter played superb. Terrace played fantastic. But it's our strikers who have let us down. I don't know how Afalobi got a 7.1 rating, to be honest. Because he didn't deserve that sort of rating. But there you go. But we're through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is the minimum we had to get. So... result. Hopefully we might be able to get a Premier League club in the next round, and then if we do, I'll come back for that for the next video. If not, oh, I suppose I could come back for it in the next video. How close is the FA Cup 4th round game? It's quite close, but it is after the January transfer window, so I feel like coming back for these 2 games probably would be good. So the FA Cup game first and then the Blackburn game after. And then we've done January, we can talk about any transfers we've done, and we can see the 4th round game and a game in the league. So that's when we're going to be back. Bit of an up and down game here, a video here even. So we had a really bad game and a fairly good game, but we definitely can see what needs to be improved. Let me know what you think in the comments, if there's anything that you think I should be doing differently with Hull. It's a new club, so maybe I need to do, and a higher level, so maybe I need to do anything a bit differently. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.